welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. Alright, well, I am doing this video that, honestly, I should have done this some time ago. Basically, a quick little update and status of where the series is and where it's going. Because I don't like the idea of leaving something hanging. I've done it too many times in the past, and I am going to be making a sincere effort not to do that sort of thing in the future. But basically, Empyrion right now, this series, is kind of on hold for a number of reasons. Not the least of which is the upcoming Alpha 6 update, which is still being worked on by the developers. It's not ready for prime time yet. And even once it is released, I'm going to wait for the first 2 or 3 bug fix patches. You know, the inevitable bug fix patches. They always happen with new releases. And it's understandable. There's new stuff, there's bugs. Some of it always ends up getting past the testing and so on and so forth. And so I like to wait to the first few patches to let that stuff get settled down and sorted out and fixed and working and whatnot. So the previous several episodes were mostly about getting ready to be in a position to deal with Alpha 6. And that's mostly what I did. I got a huge load of Zascosium and Erestrum, a good amount of Promethium and Pentaxid and so on. And that was pretty much it. I have returned to Akua. And by the way, this is, as near as I can tell, pretty much the same spot where my original base used to be, which, frankly, would be right over there on that ridge by those trees. Right over there. And that is the lake that I was at. And if I look at the map, see, there's the ridge. There's where the original platform was that I landed the ship on. This is about the levelest spot I could find to park. I tried and tried and tried to come up with a better parking arrangement than this. I hate seeing this thing sitting lopsided like that. So I will be building a small base here, and I'm going to build a large concrete platform to park the ship on so that it can be sitting level. Just simply because it drives me nuts to see it sitting lopsided. But that's all very likely going to be off-camera stuff when I have time away from other things. And that's another reason the series is on hold, is time. There isn't nearly as much of it as I would like. I am currently working towards getting a couple of series that are ongoing completed. And when those are completed, it will be a little easier to do stuff with the others, with everything else, including Empyrion. So that's another thing. So basically, it's on hold. It's not ended. Not by any stretch. I'm not ending it yet. It's just on hold until certain conditions are met, until I have the time and the game is updated to Alpha 6. And the worst of the bugs are squashed. This is the new Akua, by the way. There's a residential complex right over there, and so on. It's amazing what I don't know what it is they did with the terrain generation or whatever, but what was a very good-sized large lake is now essentially a puddle. Even though on the map it still shows as being just as big as it used to be, but in actual practice, not so much. Weird. But I'm sure they'll get it sorted out, and between now and Alpha 6, that may even change again. Who knows? But I just wanted to let everybody know this is where we're at, and that's where we're going. This thing is going to be on hold a while. And In the meantime, when I occasionally have a few moments to work on things, there is a little bit of last preparation for A6 that I'm going to have to do. The generators. In Alpha 6, they produce heat, a lot of it, and they cannot be near places that are populated. So I'm going to have to move all 5 of those generators. And maybe reevaluate whether I need 5 or not. I'm not sure. The gravity generator, source of radiation, will have to be moved. And of course the warp core, a source of heat and radiation, will have to be moved to another place. And even the warp tank does a certain amount of radiation. The regular fuel tanks have some radiation, but it's low level, and I figure they'll probably be okay where they are. And so I'm going to probably get stuff like that moved. Probably some of it is going to go in the in-between space between the 2 hangar bays up on the upper level. The upper level that isn't there just yet. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some stuff like that to get this thing ready for when Alpha 6 comes out. Pressurization will be a thing. And that is going to mean, among other things, doors or hatches on my elevators going up and down, and so on, so that the ship can actually hold an atmosphere. That's going to be kind of important. So, like I said, that's where we're at. That's where we're going. I'm going to build a small base, put together a platform to park the ship on so that it's not lopsided, mine a bunch of iron, and on occasion work on getting the ship ready for A6. And that's pretty much where we're going to stay for right now. And once everything is all set and I'm ready to continue it, we will continue with the beginning of Season 3. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.